All right, welcome to a very special edition of Coach's Corner. Joining us here on our Zoom Coach's Corner, something we've been doing this year. We've done it a couple of times, haven't we? Right? Did we do it with John? Yeah, we did. Obviously, that curly-haired guy, the big curly-haired guy, who hasn't gotten a haircut since COVID started, that's Coach Adrian Machado, the boys' head basketball coach. And the quiet, reserved guy with the shadow over his face from his hat, that's Nick Skermont. He's the head coach of the girls' basketball team. The gentleman with the short hair, it's not really short, but he's faking it. Is Cayman Warburton, captain of the boys' basketball team. And the beautiful young lady is Holly Hruskoci. Did I say it right, Holly? Hruskoci. Okay. And she's the captain of the girls' basketball team. And of course, you know the other four of us, Nick, Bobby, Billy, and myself. So welcome, people. First of all, the first thing I want to say is not to even the coaches, but to you two, the seniors. I apologize for this. This is an awful, awful thing. I can't even imagine trying to go through something like this as an athlete. I don't know what your thoughts are on it or if you have any, but just speak up. Go ahead, Holly. I'll let you go first.
I think the biggest thing is just, and Cayman can probably relate, just like thankful to be able to play at all, considering like that wasn't an option last spring for spring athletes and whatnot. So even if this year was a little bit funky, it was just good to be able to play at all.
Cayman, what do you think?
I totally agree with her. It was a blessing to play this season. I didn't think we were going to play. It was looking like we weren't going to play, but I just feel like playing with a mask did hurt a lot of people this season because a lot of us were out of shape. But other than that, it was great playing.
Coaches, I have a question for both of you. Either one of you can answer. The thing that bothered me most about this is those kids that are on the bubble of maybe getting some help in college and not being able to be showcased. The whole thing just bothers me.
I feel like a lot of players that were supposed to be showcased this year for seniors and stuff, and some of the juniors for possibly college, I feel like it hurt them a lot too. Yeah, it did.
What do you guys think? I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely difficult. I mean, I couldn't imagine having played basketball. I played at Bronco. I couldn't imagine not being able to play my senior year. My senior year was huge towards me playing in prep school and going on to play in college, and not having that year where you're a little bit more developed, you're a little bit more experienced, and now it's like you work so hard to have that senior year. Not being able to fully have it was definitely I couldn't imagine. I said earlier I couldn't relate. All we did was try to make it as good as possible for these kids, but not know every day if you're gonna have your full roster. Like we got beat up a little bit with that, but it was just difficult. Just difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I think too. In a shortened season, it was going to take you a couple of games to even get your legs under you. So even those first couple of games, you weren't going to be able to showcase yourself as much anyways. And then, we only got 6 games in. So, bottom line is that's a financial thing that could help a family out. And that's what people are potentially missing out on, and listen, not everybody's a Division I or Division II college athlete that's getting a scholarship, but even Division III, I mean, it's highly competitive. And just everybody's losing out in this situation. And even if you're not going to play in college, a shortened season, I get it. Anything's better than nothing, but still, it's still tough. They deserve a full season, and I wish we could have brought it to them.
You guys played 6 games. That's it.
Yeah. So we were supposed to play 8, and then we got shut down because of another team. So I mean, that was really difficult. That's one of the hardest things I've had to do is send a text message saying, "Hey, season's over and you have to quarantine." And I hemmed and hawed with what way to do it, but I found out late at night we're supposed to practice in the morning. Part of me was like, I would love to call everybody, but the way things work now, by the time that first phone call is done, it would have spread like wildfire through a text message. But it's just, that's the hardest part is our season got shut down, and it really wasn't our fault. We did everything we could, and that's where I really feel the most for the girls.
In those 6 games, were parents allowed in the gym? Was anybody allowed in the gym?
I was.
Just your colleague.
I went in once.
Yep. We were fortunate enough to get Mr. Bigda and then Miss Mastro definitely showed up there that last game. And you guys are awesome. I say this all the time. You guys are there. You guys are always so supportive. You do everything you can. Being there. This year, Billy was there most. Mr. Bigda was there most of the year, and did a great job with as much as good. But seeing for us, the boys basketball team, the parents were able to go to senior night, which was I thought pretty cool. They were at least able to see they could play once. We had our senior night, not traditional, but we were able to celebrate. And before we go any further, I'd like to say thank you to Jay Costa. Jay busted his butt this year to make sure we had a season. Him and Walter did a phenomenal job, putting things together, allowing these kids to play, having protocols, the sway, everything, and as well as our nursing department and Mr. Didler. They did a great job to enable these kids to play. We would love to have 20 games or have a quad playoff, and yes, but I'd love to have seen the girls team have closure 100%. But it's unfortunately we got shut down twice during the year, and it just stunk basically. But at the same time, we're able to represent our school and our community to the best of our ability, and that's all we could do.
How many games did you play, Adrian?
We played 8. It was we had a makeshift lineup for 6 of them because of COVID. I'm not gonna say the names. The kids weren't able to be on the team. Harith was my go-to inside player this year because of protocols and guys missing games. And he busted his butt, but he's not a center. He's my 2 guard last year. This year he was playing center, but he didn't complain. He just went out there and he just did his job, and we were short. I go from having John West, a 6'9" center, to having a 6'1". You know what I mean? It's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Style.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit about your 2 captains? This was, again, a very unique situation, very unique year. And they had, I'm sure they had a lot of different kind of responsibilities.
Jay, Nate, you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I'll go. I couldn't ask for a better captain than Holly. Holly and I have been together a long time, when I was an assistant and then when I took over last year. And you guys know the story. Horrible elbow injury as a sophomore. We talked too, we were joking one of the last practices how the game before she had rolled her ankle against Leominster, and we had said, we'll take care of you. We went easy on her in practice and everything, and then she comes out and just a real bad break of the elbow. And what I always like to tell people is how she stayed in the game. She went down, played a set of defense, came down, set a screen with a broken elbow. Last year it really wasn't where it needed to be, and she pretty much just played left-handed with her offhand last year.
I want to commend you for that, Holly.
Really, Holly.
We did a lot of games last year. We filmed a lot of games, and I would watch. It was one of the most courageous things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and this year.
The way I am, Billy, I can't help it.
I know.
She got the right hand going a little bit more this year, and it was always a thing that it was never a question of would she be a part of the team. It was just what level would she get herself back to as a player. And I know it's tough. She puts on a good front about how much it affected her or didn't. But when you used to scoring the way she was, I know it was a bump in the road, but I couldn't be more proud of her as a player, as a captain. You know, I know you'll ask at the end about college. You always do. I mean, when you hear the list of schools with this girl, I mean, that's what it's about. So, I mean, I'll never forget, and I'll be telling her story for a long time to a lot of players.
I always feel sports helps you build character as a person. That's just my opinion. You know, right, Adrian? Because sports replicates what happens in real life. You have a team, you have to work together, you have to find your way. And, you know, her character is unmatched as far as I'm concerned.
And the best leaders in the world, the best people I've ever worked for in the school system have been people who have played a sport. You know, whether it's high school, college, professional, whatever, at any level, if you played, you know what it's like to be part of a team. You know what it's like to be a team player. And that's huge in everyone's profession. You know, so that's big time. In regards to me with my captain, I was very excited with Cayman this year. You know, he played hurt the last 4 years, didn't have a broken elbow, but he had a messed up shoulder, which kind of hampered him. Didn't complain about it. You know, I guess it's the senior class. I never complained about it. Not until the second to last practice, he mentioned to me, "Coach, if I don't dive, I get on kids for not diving." And Walter came to me and said, "Listen, if Cayman doesn't dive on the floor, he has legit reason. He has some, could have some, I'm bad shoulder and body, but rotator cuff issues, and diving on the floor is probably not going to benefit him. Probably going to put him out for the year." So I go, "No, it's good to know, because if he doesn't dive, I'm going to get on him, because that's what we do. You know, balls loose, got to go get it." But in regards to Cayman, he was a leader this year. You know, on and off the floor. He's quick to relay messages to his teammates. Been a kid that, as a sophomore, I on JV, and he didn't like it as a sophomore. He was upset. He was mad at me, and he proved his point. He busted his butt, and he became a starter. Sophomore year, he never let go of it. So, part of the Midwest championship team as a point guard, and as a senior, he was part of I told my kid, probably the toughest season I've ever had as a coach player ever. To have to do what we did this year, I'm very proud of my guys, and I'm definitely proud of him.
Nice.
Bobby, we watched Bobby, Billy, Nick. We watched a lot of games that came and played in over the last 3 or 4 years, and I always felt, and you can talk about this too, Adrian, but I always felt that he gave himself up as a point guard, because I thought his true position was probably the 2 or the shooting guard. You know, where he could go to the hole so easy, but yet he kind of had to give himself up for the team. What do you think of that, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought, especially this year, I think he did everything. The few games I did announce and see, Cayman was definitely a big presence on the floor. I mean, he was a good shooter. He went to the basket, very tough, rebounded, did whatever he had to do. I thought he had a very good year for the limited time that they could play. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what your true position was, Cayman. Were you more of a 2, or you did a great job at point? So I know that
you did, but I thought,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cayman.
Yeah, coming in, like my freshman year coming in, I never really played point guard. It was until Coach Williams, the old freshman coach, was just like, "We're gonna put you at point guard," and then after that, I just played point guard for the rest of my high school career. So
where did you play when you were in, whatever it was you played, AAU?
yeah, even in at Oak, I was playing the 2 guard. I never really ran point guard.
Yeah.
So it was a not like a rough transition. It was just like okay, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Type of transition.
Well, you did a great job.
Again, the character of the people come out when they face adversity, and yet they go and do it. Adrian, you never played point, did you?
No, definitely. I tell you what, being a point guard is definitely difficult, and being a point guard for me, I think is extremely difficult, because I put so much on them, because they're the leaders on the floor. You know what I mean? They have to lead by example. They have to lead. They have to be boisterous. So, I've always been told that the 2 most important positions on the basketball floor are point guard and a center. If you have those 2 pieces, then you have a solid foundation. So Cam did a pretty good job. I think he's more of a 2. Him and I can argue about this for the rest of our lives. But he was put at the point because that's where we needed him to play, and he did a pretty good job. All the time. I put him at the 2. You know, he wants the ball in his hand. He's a competitor. And he wants to make plays for himself and his teammates.
That's from one of the greatest wins in Shrewsbury history.
What's that?
The St. John's.
The St. John's win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. From a student's standpoint, now you guys spent a lot of time doing at-home Zooms, and do you guys feel like it affected you negatively at all? Just how you feel about it. Go ahead, Holly.
Yeah, I think for sure it's really tough. And I'm also a class officer, so I'm kind of in charge of what would be like normal planning of senior events and whatnot. And it's hard, like in that leadership position, to be the one being like, no, we can't have a prom, or no, we can't do this. And it's hard to see like my classmates struggling in the same way that like a lot of us are right now, where it's just like hard to find those same little things to look forward to and whatnot. And then on top of that, the schoolwork is hard, and now you're doing half of it at home. So yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely been hard, but I definitely think people are kind of like uniting, like sharing the same struggles that they've been having, which makes it easier.
We've been doing Coach's Corner forever, but I don't even think of things like a prom and how important that was to me. You know, when I was in high school, it was a very important event. And other things too, like the dinner with the faculty and the commemoration and everything else. That's this whole year has been so messed up.
Johnny, did you go?
I don't know. I feel like you guys got cheated. Huh?
Did you go stag to the prom? Knock
What,
it
Adrian?
off?
No. Guess what? My hair kind of looked like yours back then.
Hey, the Jerry curls were in back then.
Hey, you know
All right,
what
so
first thing this year that I got to watch a couple games on TV, and we had a virtual Nikki Tedisco doing the camera work.
Wow, okay.
And Nick, you haven't said anything yet. What'd you think of the camera work?
It's okay if you like robots.
You know what I missed with it, Nick, when I watched the way you would zoom in when they were shooting free throws or during the jump ball. You know, it was more like a football film to me, where all you do is just follow the stay back, like not a football film that you do, Nick, like a huddle. You know,
yes.
You stay back so you got everything. So that personal touch was not there.
What are you gonna do? It's COVID.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I like to say, I witnessed probably one of the most exciting games I've seen in 20 years. That was the we went to 4 overtimes. I was ready to make a proposal that we had a free throw shooting contest to end it. But how was that one all about, Cayman? That was pretty exciting.
It definitely was fun. It really was fun, actually. Like after the second overtime, I was just like, this is just gonna keep on going. It's just gonna keep on going. And then we had 2 more.
Yeah.
So
that Wachusett or Shepherd Hill?
Shepherd Hill. They definitely were very skilled this year.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised at how they performed this year. They were very good.
Yeah.
But
they had the 2 brothers.
It was a very good experience.
Were those brothers?
Yeah, the Brooks brothers. Yeah, they were very good. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, did they come in a suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way over the kids' heads.
I know. Coaches, why don't you talk a little bit about, I mean, a lot of people didn't see the kids. Why don't you talk a little bit about the makeup of your team? We've talked about Holly and Cayman a lot, but we haven't talked about any of the other kids.
Nate, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So we had, we started 1 senior, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore. We had 3 seniors total, 3 sophomores, and 5 juniors. We're excited about the future, but you know, we were using this knowing there was no playoffs and things like that. We wanted to gain momentum for next year without deterring from this season though too, and not just saying, oh, this is a rebuilding or any of that stuff. You know, we took it serious. You know, a lot of people on the outside look and say it's great they're playing, but then when you get the kids on the court, like they flip a switch, you know, and then when the refs are there and Bob's there and Dion's doing the scoreboard and all that stuff, like you flip a switch and you play. We were playing to win. And you know, again, it took a couple of games to get going. You know, everyone was in different positions. Nobody felt sorry for anybody if they were out of shape or any of that. You know, you were going to take it to a team if you could. And you know, I wish we could have had a little bit more because we were hitting a pretty good stride. But you know, those younger players, they're going to keep playing. They're gym rats. You know, so they'll just keep getting better, and we'll see where we go from there.
How do you look for next year, Nate?
I mean, so that's four out of 5 starters coming back. You know, it looks positive, you know, as far as maybe having a summer league this year, which would help. And, you know, maybe, you know, there'll be a little more AAU presence and, you know, but at the same time, I want them being multi-sport athletes. You know, anytime you have a chance to compete and do it on another level, I think it helps without a doubt. You know, I mean, Holly's a multi-sport athlete, and I think that's helped her tremendously.
What else do you play, Holly? Sorry.
I run cross country in the fall, basketball, and then lacrosse.
So you play, you're a 3-sport athlete.
Yes.
I love it. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm excited, you know, and we'll see where we're at. And I know they're going to put the work in and that's the best we could do.
Before you go, Adrian, Cayman, do you play any other sports?
No, I don't. Just basketball.
Just basketball. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Adrian.
With our team, you know, our makeup was 5 seniors, a freshman, and the rest were juniors up until we got hit with the COVID incident and we lost players. So we called up a kid, Jason Nickerson, who kind of shined in the last half of the year. He did things that I didn't even know he could do at the JV level. So
he's a big kid too.
He's a big kid. Reminds me of Nnamdi Okeka, but he's a sophomore where Nnamdi was as a senior. You know, same build, same style, like, you know, very athletic above the rim. So his future is bright. But I mean, you know, we definitely gonna miss Cayman. You know, he's our leader. You know, replacing him is gonna be difficult. Andrew Britcher's gonna have to step up. We have the twins and they're gonna be coming back. We lose Ryan Meyer, who's a hell of a baseball player, going to Fordham on a scholarship.
Is he a pitcher?
Second baseman, I believe. Yeah, but I think he's an infielder.
Okay.
We lose Mike Maloney, who he's definitely going to be missed, and we lose Zarif. I'm missing one more senior. Came and help me out.
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Oh my goodness, how do I miss Kevin Proferi?
Yeah, I don't know.
Had probably the most improved basketball player we had this year. He had an excellent year for us. He went from a kid who didn't play at all to a kid who led us in scoring in multiple games. Made some big threes, some big shots, and definitely competed. So we missed 5. We got a freshman, Mike Ellerbrook, who has a bright future. He was on varsity. And we're definitely, I mean, Omar, obviously. I mean, he was a kid who turned it around last year towards the end of the season. I don't know if you guys remember. It was at Leominster. And then
he played fantastic at the end of the year.
Yes, he had great. And then he started the season. He scored 28 points against Algonquin in the season.
Wachusett.
Yeah.
Excuse me. His season got cut short a little bit, but he has a bright future as well. So the future's bright. It's like Nate said, you know, hopefully we have a summer league and a fall league and these kids continue to play. I wish more of them played football. I wish the twins played football. Luiso does a great job of putting muscle on kids and getting these kids to be tougher. And that definitely helps out. But we have to hit the weight room. We have to get stronger because you know, I'm sure Bob can tell you we definitely lack in the size department. So we got to put the time in the weight room to get bigger. And the future's bright. I really do believe that.
All right, I want to get to the kids and ask them where they're going to college. But how about the under team? How about did you have a freshman in a JV team? Wow, I'm sorry, JV1 and JV2.
You go JVs, man, because I can't figure them out either. JV2, our JV2 went 6-2. We hit the jackpot this year. We got a guy, Bobby Corzini, who's the head coach at Assabet. He landed on our lap, and he coached this year and did a phenomenal job with the freshman team. So that was fortunate for us. They went 6-2. I think league was about 500, which is a down year. He does a hell of a job, but he did a great job with those kids. I mean, 500 being a down year, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what.
Nick, isn't he normally nationally ranked, Lee, whatever he coaches?
Hey,
all right.
So we were fortunate.
How about you, Nate?
Yeah, we had 2 JV teams. Want to thank Coach Burke, Coach Dunn. They did a heck of a job. They did the best job possible with the conditions, and they put competitive teams out there. And I know I'm going to need players moving up. So we'll see where they're at next year, and they'll just keep developing.
It's all about the system.
Yeah.
All right, Cayman, we only got a couple of minutes left, and I don't want to not talk about your plans for the future. Hopefully, a future that finds you in the classroom and be able to go out and do things and whatever. But have you made any decisions yet on where you're going to go?
Yeah, I committed this past Saturday that happened. I committed to Southern Maine Community College.
Oh,
Very good.
Nice.
Very good. You're going to play.
Congratulations, Cayman.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm going there. Yeah.
Nice.
That's great. And then is that one of those places where you go and typically you transfer maybe into a higher division?
Yeah, after 1 or 2 years, depending on how I do next year, and then the following year, I'm gonna make my final decision.
Nice.
Awesome. That's good. All right, Holly, how about you? I heard you. Nate really built you up with like 40 schools that Harvard, Yale.
Not quite. Not as put together as Cayman. I'm still waiting to hear from a lot of schools, but there's a couple I've gotten into so far that seem like good options, but I'm probably not going to know until April. I'm going to be that person that's like the night before trying to figure it out, but I guess we'll see.
What's your number one choice?
I do have a dream school, which is Notre Dame, which I got deferred from there, which basically just means they're going to like reconsider me. But where I've gotten into so far, I really like the University of Miami and the University of Denver. So those are like my top options if I didn't get
sticking real close to home, Holly, huh?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Denver is.
Did you ever have Miss Hadabi, Holly?
Yeah, I did.
She went to Miami.
Oh, did she?
Oh yeah. Give her a call sometime.
Okay.
Once again, it always, every year when I ask kids about where they're going to school, and we only see the athletic side of them, but Denver, Miami, Notre Dame deferred, even getting deferred at Notre Dame is a great thing. Right? I mean, how many people get in there?
Absolutely.
Just congratulations to both of you.
Yeah, really, both of you.
Good luck. Good luck.
Now, you're not going to play any sports, are you, Holly, in college?
No, I'm not. I thought about lacrosse for a little bit, but I was just decided I wanted to focus more on like academic side of things.
Do you know what you want to be already at 17 or 18?
I'm definitely going into business. I'm not totally sure what within that yet, but that's going to be my major.
Okay. How about you, Cayman? Do you know what you want to do, or you're like, oh?
Yeah, I kind of have like I'm kind of 75, 25%. Like I'm 75%. Like I want to do criminal justice, and then I want to study forensics after. So
that's cool.
Then, yeah.
That's really cool. We're gonna see you on what is it? SVIS, whatever it is. Those TV shows. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up.
Yeah, we're just about done. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And the captains, thank you so much. Good luck to you in the future. And again, I apologize for this stupid, wasted year. But you've made the best of it, and thanks for that.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time on Coach.
Thank you for joining us.
Good seeing you.